So hello everybody. We're meeting yet again. So today I've given him images that basically are going towards the final images, right? Of the images
Yep.
or the thumbnails I did before. So let's get into it.
Okay, so you want me to show them?
Yeah, go through it.
Yeah, so I will show them the same way you send them to me, and then we can go through them.
Okay, cool.
So this one,
You can minimize your Skype unless is it important to have your Skype up?
no, no, it is.
Okay, just because it was like half your screen. All right.
So here we have. Oh, what did I do? No, wait.
Don't ask me. I use PC.
Well, the four characters. Very cool background, by the way.
Yeah, I just thought I'd put something that you guys can potentially use as like a background for the card art. Just like really
Actually,
fast moving space.
yeah, we were talking about it, and we were like, yeah, we need a background for the card size. This or something like this, yeah.
Yeah, I think there could be a time where I could just do concept as a background, and then we can choose one or two or whatever. But I just wanted to put them in context of what they're going to be, so that way,
Uh-huh.
without like the UI and all stuff. There's no UI, but just to give a scope of like what the cards will look like.
Yeah. So I really like them. Pretty cool.
Cool, man.
Uh, so exciting times. Uh, so what I have is a few comments about each of them.
Okay, no big deal.
Uh, let's go through them. I did
Okay.
annotations on Photoshop, so it's easier,
Okay, sure.
more visual way of saying it. So here we have Sadie. Uh, I see here, I think what you did was put the 10 trills that it can have,
Uh huh.
but I have seen that you have maybe 3, but
Uh huh.
in reality they have got 1.
Okay.
So we can either go with 1, or you can use chuck them all out, and maybe it is behind or is inside the chute. I don't mind.
Okay, cool.
3 of them is not a thing they do. Also, she is a equal, so she has to have 3 fingers in total. Counting the
Okay.
thumb.
Yeah, I gotcha.
Yeah, I think I actually in the last video I said it wrong. I said 4.
Oh yeah, you corrected it too. I just haven't applied those. I just kind of was going with it.
Yeah.
So
Sorry about that.
it's okay. I wrote down the notes again, and I just didn't imply them, or I didn't implement them right away. I just wanted to submit them as they are because those are
okay.
easy changes. Like literally, like that's really easy.
Yeah, and maybe I should have begun with the good. I think she looks awesome.
It's
So I
okay.
really like the helmet, and I really like, well, I don't know, the whole atmosphere about her. Really,
Okay.
very nice. So that is 1.
Okay. Cool.
Let's go for next. Phaser. Okay, so with Phaser, for the ball, I think we should kind of go for the ball that Corbel has.
Okay.
So that one.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be exactly like that, because it's kind of it's an old concept. It's not a concept from Faith. It's not actually a concept from Corbel. So we can treat it as I don't know, like a prototype, right?
Okay.
So feel free to play with it a little bit. But I think it's important that we have
Got it.
the symbol, maybe not the color, maybe not the texture, maybe not the orientation or anything like that,
Sure.
but the symbol. So we have a kind of every time we see the ball, we recognize it as Corbel's ball.
Yeah, got it.
Okay. Although in the lore of the game, the ball has a advertisement on it.
Here's what I'll do. I'll just design the ball. I'll just like we'll just like make that a separate thing. It might be
Yeah,
important to
sounds
do
good.
that. Yeah, let's just do that.
Yeah. Okay. So that's one note. Also,
Uh-huh.
I think this is my mistake because I didn't point it out earlier. I didn't point it out in the sketching.
Uh-huh.
But the Ithcal, well, sorry, the Corval,
Uh-huh.
the Corvo, have
Oh,
kind of
they have
a
the hinge. Yeah, yeah.
double kind of thing.
You're right. I forgot all about that. I think it's he's like super
So,
dynamic. Oh yeah, there you
can
go.
you,
I remember that painting.
yeah, this is actually from Thabi, one of the students,
Yeah, I
one of
remember.
your students. Yeah.
Remember when he was working
So
on
they
this.
have this kind of double knee. I don't really know how to call it.
Yeah, I get it. I'll just do that. Forgot all about that. It's no big deal.
Yeah. So that's for Phaser, who
Okay,
also
cool.
looks really cool.
Great.
Also for him, I was thinking that, can you see the color here of the arms?
Uh-huh.
It is very similar to the color in their skin. So I
Okay.
was thinking that adding kind of a texture or a
Okay.
brightness that makes it clear that this is not organic, is the suit is synthetic.
Perfect. Yeah, no big deal. That's really easy too.
Yeah, cool.
Totally.
Ridley. So I think Ridley is actually my favorite.
Oh yeah? Cool.
Yeah, I really like him. So for him, the deal is also that he has got 3 fingers.
Mm-hmm.
Let me show you a few characters. Yeah, I think this one is a good example.
Got it. Yeah, these are easy problems. Like I said, I didn't implement those yet. I just painted it. You can even tell I didn't really render the hand entirely yet, just because I knew that I might have to change them. But I was just like focused on the overall painting versus like those minor
Yeah.
details because those are really quick. So I'll make those changes right away. No big
I
deal.
actually I don't have any comments on the great head aspect of things really because there is
Okay,
really
cool.
good.
Cool, man. I'm glad you're liking them. All right, great. Yeah, I'll change the fingers. I'll change the double hinge too. That's easy. These are all easy fixes. No big deal.
Okay, and Spark's a bit more complex.
Okay.
We also have the leg thing from the Corvo.
Totally. Okay, legs.
Actually
Need
simpler
to
because it's
be
so far
fit.
away. And also, we were talking about making it easier for making it into a miniature.
Uh-huh.
So we have been talking about it and how to approach it and everything. So basically, what you see here, these red lines,
Uh-huh.
this will be kind of the cut line. Actually, if someone that sees this knows more about making miniatures than me and thinks this is ridiculous, maybe they should mention it in the comments. But for as far as we know, basically this miniature would have 2 pieces. One would be
Got it.
the upper body,
Uh-huh.
another one would be the legs. So
Okay.
the upper body would be in a mold, and each part of the mold would be divided by this red line.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, I think so. Yes.
Okay, so it is important then that there is no
Negative
empty
space.
spaces.
Got it.
So what I was thinking is filling this up a little bit,
Yeah, no big deal.
making it more into a wing. Yeah.
Yeah, perfect.
For the front thing here, it doesn't
Uh-huh.
really need to be filled into the body.
Okay.
We can leave this for the concept. While the miniature itself, it will have this device closer to her body.
Yeah, almost like welded on. I got it.
Yeah.
That's perfect.
So, but I think actually the concepts don't have to be 100% representations of how the miniature is going.
Okay. So like
So
what I can do is like I could design it so that maybe it does have a little negative space, but then when I do the sculpt, it'll just be implied. It'll just not really be there.
yeah.
Right? I hear what you're saying. But I will fill that in so that makes it easier even for the you want to keep that graphic read even in the miniature. Like specifically, I think like you're right. Like we want to make it so that it's not 100%, so you can still keep the coolness, right? But at the same time, it's got to like when you look at the card in the miniature, right? You got to be like, okay, I get it. You know? Okay, so I'll keep that in mind. I'll make those adjustments. That's not a big deal.
Okay.
It won't sacrifice anything. I think I can work with that. It's not going to be big.
Uh-huh. Sure. Let me see what else I got in terms of notes. Everything there. So we were also speaking about the blue palette. So everything is very bluish.
Okay, and all this is easily changed, by the way. I just did
Yeah.
blue because I like blue, and I just
Yeah.
I thought the same thing when I submitted them all together. I was like, oh yeah, they're all blue. So I have it set up where I can literally change those colors by just switching a few layers and
Yeah.
controlling it. So what we can do, like I think we should have another meeting where what we should do is I can just sit down with you and then I can show you, and then we can make choices, and then we can talk about what the colors represent. Maybe there's an opportunity there to as a design point. So that way I don't just change them just because for the sake of color. But maybe you and we can talk about it like as a design standpoint. So for instance, if it's like a tanky character, then you can be like, okay, we're gonna go with oranges, right? Just because you can teach the players that when they see orange, it represents like tankiness. Does that make sense? And I think you guys should think about that too. And then I can show you because it really is like sliders. I just got to move sliders around. It's like you and I can get through it. Like if you come with me, like okay, this is what we're thinking. We're thinking reddish for this, bluish for this, you know. And then we can go,
I think
and
I
then
have seen you done it in the video.
yeah, exactly. So it's really simple. In fact, a lot of this is really easily changed. You know, I did that on purpose because I know there might be something like if I just say, oh, yeah, I put red and blue, green. Like I think in terms of their suits, they can be really wildly different. But this is a great opportunity to kind of focus the whole color of the card. You know what I mean? Because the blue like jetpacks makes the card look blue, regardless that this person's wearing purple. You know. And I noticed that. I think there's a good opportunity for both of us to work together. And then that way, if you say you give me an offensive tank character, I know straight off that I'm going to be working with like oranges, let's say. That's just an example. I'm not saying that that's what we're dealing with. But that's a really good opportunity, right? Like as a designer to be able to have your cards read immediately. It's like Magic cards, right? Like when you think white cards, you think like healing, you think like first strike, these types of things. You know, you think there's a continuation or there's an inclination to what a player feels when they have like a red white deck. What does that mean? You know, so if they have like let's say a blue propulsioned or blue energized card on in Corbel, right? They're going to be like, oh, okay, well, intuitively they should be able to like know that that's like a thing, you know, with that, regardless of knowing the actual attributes of the player, you know. And then so that's just my advice. If you think that's good or not,
Cool.
It's up to you.
Do you want to do that next Tuesday or?
We can do it Thursday. Because I'm gonna submit another thing, and then we'll just plan for it. So that way, I'll have everything set up and make it easy. So we can just like look through everything. I'll change the colors as a group, versus like just one at a time.
Sure.
But I agree. Yeah, I was like, they're all blue. That's not cool. I mean, it's just not diverse. And so I agree 100%.
At the end, there are going to be about 20 of them, I think. So it doesn't matter if 4 of them are blue. It's
Yeah. If they're all blue right now and I keep being blue, you're right. It's just like then it's a blue game, right? So I think this is a good opportunity for you and me to kind of sit down and come up with a design strategy that's outside of just aesthetics. It's more like like I said, yellow represents this, blue represents this, red represents this, and I'll say keep it pretty simple too, right? Keep it like 3 or 4 colors, right? And then I'll like whenever you say this is this character, then we all agree that it's going to be this color, you know?
Okay.
And so that way it's going to be easier in the future. So that way I don't just keep giving you blue jet people, which is cool.
Okay.
Michael Bay, everybody. Just
when
give everybody
is-
Michael Bay.
When did you say?
Tuesday or Thursday. I mean Thursday.
Okay. What else have I got here? Oh, Sparks has hair. So, tell me a little bit. What's this? Is this hair?
Yeah, I was just thinking like this person just has a lot of their hair like even out in space, kind of like uh, uh, Star Lord from Guardians of the Galaxy. I was just trying to find more opportunities for this person to look very frail, right? So like the
Uh-huh.
front of their mask is really a mask, you know,
Yeah.
but like their hair is not part of the actual helmet, you know, and it's like like there's this some sci-fi logic to why that hair can be out. But I didn't want to get too practical about it. I was just focused on the fragility of it. But I can get rid of it. It's no big deal if it's distracting.
Well, I think it's not because it's not a problem per se. The thing is,
Okay.
corvos don't actually have hair. They're
They're bald.
hairless.
They're bald.
They're
But
bald. Yeah.
but hair is cool, man. This Corval does. She has extensions.
Well, actually, that could be a thing. I mean, corvos really like their fashion.
Okay, so how about this? Why don't we keep
We
it?
can, we can actually leave it just for
But
the
but
fun of it.
but what I'll do is I'll design something to make it look like it's extensions. Like I'll put like little rivets or something. So that way it kind of like then if someone were to be like, oh, like really investigate, they'd be like, oh, it's not real hair. It's like
Yeah, that sounds good.
as I propose like extensions, like something that is attached just for aesthetic purposes, just for coolness, has no real
Yeah, like
functionality.
what kind of mad person puts hair on the outside of their spacesuit, right?
Yeah, yeah. Okay, cool.
Only corvo. Okay, basically those are my technical notes. Do you have anything you want to say? Like,
No, man. This is pretty much it. This is what I was predicting, anyways. These meetings will be a little bit quicker because we're getting the groove of things. So I think
uh-huh.
what we could do on Thursday. So we'll do what we can do for Thursday. I'm gonna write this down too for myself. Thursday we could go through the color gradations,
Mm-hmm.
right? We'll review the final images, including the Zempo, which I haven't done yet,
Yep.
right? Just to kind of get the final approval on those, hopefully, right? And then kickstart the next five,
Okay.
and that could be Thursday. Yeah, that sound
Okay.
cool?
So for next Thursday, we take to the finish all of these guys plus tempo.
Yeah.
Uh, Actually, can you show me tempo in this kind of a stage for Thursday?
Oh, that's what I'm saying. I'll probably have that done by before Thursday, Wednesday probably. And so
Okay,
then
so
you can
I
send. You
could
could probably
put
just.
my note.
Yeah, you could probably just write. We don't have to have a whole meeting for it exactly. And
Yeah.
then the final of all five of them should be on Thursday. I'll send them all to you, and then well, I'll probably send them all to you probably tomorrow, anyway, including Zempo, and then so that way you can just tell me if they're all good or not on Thursday, or you can tell me sooner. It doesn't matter, and then the color gradations and the kickstart will be the bulk of that meeting, hopefully, right? Where we just focus on like the colors, and we'll have all five of them to look at. So we'll have a variety of characters to kind of like play around with.
Okay. Oh, one question.
Yeah,
This
go
came
for it.
out before. Uh, what about how big are you making them? What kind of
How big
because
are these cards?
sorry?
Oh, you mean how big? Oh, you mean how big am I making them? Like the actual file?
Yeah.
Oh,
No,
they should.
not as in resolution.
Oh, they're to the aspect ratio of a tarot card. If that's what you're curious to.
Okay, okay.
Like I what I did is I took the tarot card resolution, and I just turned it. I converted it to pixels, and then I up-res it to my most comfortable painting resolution, which is real in like 6,000, whatever. And then I
Okay.
saved that as a preset, and then now I just gotta in Photoshop open the preset, so I don't have to worry about it ever again.
Okay, cool. So, because we were thinking, when we go to conventions, we like to make these big billboards.
Oh yeah, sure. So these are
We
big
make,
enough to print on big billboards if you're worried about that. These are huge.
okay,
They're very large. Like let's right click on or go to your email and click on one. It should be in the resolution already.
click on where?
Go to your email. I don't know if Google downreses them for the sake of.
Google
Yeah.
what?
Yeah, just click on any of them. Just click on them. And then like right click on that or something. Inspect maybe? I don't know. Yeah, that's not what I wanted. But it might give you if we look into the code. No, that's fine. Just do the right click on it again and open a new window.
I really believe you when you tell me the resolution.
Yeah, but I want to see for myself. Yeah, open image in new tab. Yeah. See, that's not a good representation. Yeah, they're large though. Here, I'll tell you how big they are. I can open up Photoshop. I already have it open. It's about 3,000 by 6,000 pixels, right? And converted by inches, that's 20 by 11, right? So that's really big, and you can print that stuff on billboards.
Cool.
So you should be fine. It's 300 DPI and everything. If you ever need the high-res images, I'll send it to you guys exactly.
Okay. Cool. Also, for the background, I really like what you got, so I will share it with the graphic designer.
Okay,
so
cool.
we can think about a way to design it around it for the numbers and the values and the different texts that go attached to the cards,
Sure.
and see where we take it.
Yeah, man. And if you need help with like art direction on that, I'm more than willing to help out with that too.
Cool.
Sorry, I'm eating berries. But okay, cool. Sounds great, dude. I'll get started on this right away, and then we'll talk on Thursday and we'll get started on the next one.
Okay.
All right, man. Right on. Well, you have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon, man.
Okay, you too. Enjoy.
Yep. And now I'm stopping the recording.